Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Red Pill Garage. When turning your air conditioning on, have you ever had water dripping out from underneath your dashboard on the passenger side? Or have you ever noticed that your carpet is always wet or damp? Or even your passengers complaining that water's dripping on their feet? Well, in today's episode of Red Pill Garage, I'm going to show you where it's coming from and teach you how to fix it. So what actually happens, as your car's air conditioning is running, it produces condensation from the evaporator and then drips out onto the road from a drain hose, just like the air conditioning system at home. But sometimes this drain hose or the evaporator can block up with mold or bugs, and then the evaporator fills up with water and spills into the car. You can see the rusty stain on the bottom of the fan blower motor itself. That's a good indication there that water's leaking there. The first thing you want to do is pull the carpet back and locate that drain hose, and there it is right there. This carpet is absolutely soaking wet. You can see the water still dripping off there. Now what you want to do next is pull off that drain hose and have a rag or a towel handy to catch that water. Now the carpet is that wet in this car, a few drops of water is not going to really make any difference. Okay, next what you want to do is grab a skinny screwdriver and poke it through the evaporator housing, and you want to try and break up all that crud that's there. And you can see that piece there that's just come out. That's just a build-up of crud over the years. It really doesn't take too much to get rid of that crud that's in there. Now whilst you're doing that, make sure you have the fan going on the highest speed to try and blow out any more rubbish that's in there. And this will give you a good indication that you've broken up that blockage that was there. Now the drain hose itself, it's a bit hard to show you in this particular shot here, trying to hold the camera with one hand and hold that flexible hose in the other, but you can see there's no blockage in that hose itself. But if there is a blockage in there, you can poke a piece of wire through there or flush it out with a garden hose or even using compressed air. That's all it is, just a flexible drain hose. Once you've done that, you can put the hose back on. On goes the hose to the evaporator housing. And you want to make sure also the other side of that hose goes through the firewall correctly and it's sealing properly. Otherwise you'll get rainwater coming into the car and the carpet will be wet again. And just make sure it's a nice firm fit. No kinks in the hose anywhere or anything like that. Now while you're there, it's a good idea to check your cabin air filter, which on most cars is usually located behind the glove box. Now these cabin filters reduce the amount of harmful contaminants entering the vehicle via the ventilation system. The air inside our vehicles have been found to have a much higher concentration of pollutants than in the air just outside the vehicle, in some cases up to 10 times more. People with asthma, allergy and other respiratory problems are especially at risk when concentration of pollutants are elevated inside the vehicle. That's why it's really important to change or clean out these pollen or cabin filters. Now these cabin filters are designed to work in one direction. And once placing the lid back on there, make sure that's in the right direction as well, and that one there says up. Now all it's left to do now is to put your glove box back on and turn the air conditioning fan speed onto the highest setting. And what you want to look for now is water dripping out of that drain hose. And we have success. Once you see the water dripping out, you know it's fixed. And there you have it, a nice constant drip. Now this is the method I like to use because it's the most economical and quick way for the customer to get this problem fixed. There is other methods to fixing this issue, like forcing water up the drain hose via a garden hose or forcing compressed air through the drain hose. But if you're not an experienced mechanic, I would not recommend to use these two methods, as you can cause damage or problems if you don't know what you're doing. And besides, what I just showed you guys is the safest way to do it. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button not to miss out on any future videos. And I'll see you on the next episode of Red Pill Garage. Thanks for watching.